In this tutorial, we are going to expand on the previous tutorial of creating a standard bomb site, and we're going to add a few elements, a few functional and visual properties to the bomb site. So what we have from the previous tutorial is two standard bomb sites, bomb site A and bomb site B. These both function as a regular standard bomb site in game. We are now going to add dustcloud and an environment fire to bomb site B. So when the bomb detonates on bomb site B, we will have a dustcloud and an environment fire go off, which will be triggered from the explosion. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a larger brush similar to the trigger brush for the bomb site, and we're going to tie that to an entity called dustcloud. Then we're going to insert an environment fire entity, and then we're going to combine those together and tie them using the output input system inside source. So let's go and enable the block tool, browse, and let's type in trigger. We want to use the trigger texture to create our brush with. We could just use already created entity and just rename it, but we're gonna start from creating the standard brush ourselves. So let's go into top view and let's create a slightly larger brush, and in side view we're going to have it a lot larger than our bomb site. So this is what it looks like in perspective viewport. It's a lot larger than the actual bomb site. So once we're happy with the size, press enter. We have the trigger texture on all of the faces. This is going to be invisible in game. Now let's enable the selection tool and go up to tools or press Ctrl T, and under class we want to set function dustcloud. Click apply. So right now default this will function as a large dust cloud inside the game, but we need to set a few properties before we actually have this be used in the game. In object properties, select name in the property name, and we want to give it a name. I'm going to name mine dust cloud underscore B for bomb site B. Click apply. Then I want to start this disabled. Select yes. I want to set particle color to something more natural. So this is going to be different depending on the environment that's surrounding that bomb site. So I'm going to select the default kind of sand color. I'm going to set alpha to about 100, minimum particle size I'm going to set it to 64, and maximum to 128. You can play around with these values depending on how large you want the particle size to be. So let's click apply, and let's close this for now. Next we want to enable the entity tool and select environment fire. Once we have it selected, we want to go inside where the bomb site is and left click it to insert the fire entity. The fire entity will work best if you have some kind of a prop that will actually look like it would detonate when the bomb explodes. So for example, a vehicle, perhaps some cans, maybe a nuclear weapon that you see on the train map. So some sort of a prop that would cause the demolition to ignite that specific prop, so it doesn't look like that fire came out of nothing. So I'm going to enable the entity tool and quickly insert a prop static and place it right over the fire, and let's insert a world model. Let's filter bomb and let's see what we have. Let's select some of these nuclear container cans. Let's double click and hit apply. Let's put them on the ground, and let's go and find our environment fire, and let's bring it up a little bit higher inside the props. So it's somewhere right here because it's going to create the entity of fire right over these gas cans. So I'm going to slightly move them back away from our decal. So with the decal we get to see the decal and we get to see the actual props and the fire is inside there. Okay, now we want to double click to go inside the object properties of environment fire entity. We want to name this. We want to name fire. Let's name fire underscore B for B bomb site. Size, I want it quite large, so maybe Let's try 256. And we'll have to play around with this value. Maybe it's too big, maybe it's too small. 256 is going to be in world units, the actual flame, so it's going to be quite large. Now that we have our two entities, environment fire, which is placed inside these props, and our dust cloud set up, we need to create an output system to be triggered, so when the bomb goes off, we have a fire that starts and a dust cloud that happens around our bomb site. To do this, we need to use the selection tool and go inside the properties of the bomb site B. You want to switch over to the output tab, and we want to add a new entry. Click add. On my output named, we want to set bomb explode. Target entity named, we want to select dust cloud B. Via this input, we want to scroll down and select turn on, and we want to set no delay, and we want to not check fire once only. So when the bomb site B explodes, it will target an entity named dust cloud to turn on, and since we have dust cloud initially turned off, it's going to make our explosion look like it created a dust cloud. So let's click apply. Next, we want to add a second entry. This is going to be set for the fire. Make sure you highlight it. On my output named, we want to choose bomb explode. Target entities named, we want to select fire B. Via this input, we want to scroll all the way down and click on start fire, and we want to set 0 and not check fire once only, and click apply. So this second input will cause the fire to ignite when the bomb explodes. So this will cause two of our entities to turn on. So once we have that set, let's compile. And now let's test this in game. So first I'm going to plant the bomb site at A, which is the standard bomb site. So we get to see a comparison of what it looks like from standard explosion to the one that we have set up with the dust cloud and the environment fire. Now let's see what it looks like when we plant the bomb on B. So as you could see, our bomb site B was a little bit more visually interesting than just using a standard bomb site. So at this point, you should be able to set up a bomb site and use a few entities to trigger a more functional visual impact for your map, and then you can go in and begin tweaking the dust cloud and the fire to your liking for your specific case.